I'm so honored that I get to talk to y'all today. Today I'm just going to kind of talk to y'all about kind of what the journey that Christ took me and my teammates on this past year, to the national championship. Um, so like our team, we have our strength and conditioning coach is Jen Jones. She works with us on a daily basis, but more than just being our strength and conditioning coach, she's like our spiritual coach. She's an amazing woman. I'm so glad that I got a chance to be with her these past 3 years, and I'm excited about this fourth year I got coming up with her. But every year she has led our team in Bible studies. Now most time, the first couple of years, people just kind of came. It wasn't really something everybody did. But this year, if you saw from the beginning to the end, and just how everybody, at first we only had about 3 or 5 people that would come on a regular basis. By the end of the season, our entire team, plus our coaches, our managers, everybody was coming to Bible study. It was amazing to see how God really worked within our team. But this year, we had our struggles with Baylor. And so what I want to talk to y'all about is the devotional that Jen gave us before the first time we played Baylor, which was in January 30th. So it was the Battle of Jericho. Who's familiar with this story? Anybody? Okay, y'all will count. Okay? Alright, so what I'm going to read you right now, so let's turn to it. So this is the Israelites are like, they're coming out of the desert, and God has promised them this land, and they went, the 40 years of wandering around the desert because they didn't really obey Him. But before I'm going to read to you, is Joshua 6, verse 2. It says, "Then the Lord said to Joshua, see, I have delivered Jericho into your hands, along with its king and its fighting men. March around the city once with all the armed men. Do this for 6 days. Have 7 priests carry trumpets of ram's horns in front of the ark. On the 7th day, march around the city 7 times with the priests blowing the trumpets. When you hear them, sound a long blast on the trumpets. Have all the people give a loud shout. Then the wall of the city will collapse, and the people will go up, and every man straight in." This is what she read us before we played Baylor. And, she kind of just talked to us like, God had spoken to her the night before and like, this is going to happen for this team. Like, just have faith in me, and like, God is going to do something amazing with y'all. And so, she talks to us, and like, everybody's just fired up. We played them on a Sunday. So we're downstairs in the locker room. We got gospel music going. Everybody's just jumping around the locker room. Like, we were fired up that day. We were fired up to play Baylor. We were fired up for the message that God had just given us. We go out and play Baylor. It's a tight game. We come back, we tie it up, but we end up losing. Everybody was kind of heartbroken. We were sad. We thought, like, man, like, we thought the walls were going to fall today. So, like, we go home. Next day, we come back to practice. Jen comes to us again. He's like, guys, like, God spoke to me again last night. And he told me, we thought that the walls were supposed to come down last night, but they weren't. Like, this is just the first step. Like, you have to keep marching around those walls. And so we did. We ended up playing. We go on throughout the rest of the season. We play Baylor 2 more times. We lose 2 more times. Tough games. So we make it to the NCAA tournament. We play Baylor for the 4th time. And this is like, okay, we're like, guys, like, we've been marching, we've been faithful. We've been going to church. You've just seen a change. You've seen people on this team just grow closer to God, including myself. Like, throughout this whole year, at the beginning of the year, that's whenever I decided to give my life to Christ. And, and you can see the change within myself, within my teammates, within the coaching staff, within everybody that was working with us on a daily basis. And so we get to the game that we have in Dallas for the Elite 8. I believe it was March 29th that we played them there. So, and Jen she reminds us again of that devotional we had back on January 30th. Like, guys, like, keep marching, keep fighting. God is gonna give us a blessing. He's gonna bless us. We keep being faithful. And so we did, and we go out that night, and we just destroyed Baylor. We just play our hearts out. We gave everything to God that night, and God blessed us with that win. And after the game, me and Jen, we're we're jumping out, we're celebrating this. Yes, yes, yes. Jen is like jumping up down and saying, we did it, we did it, we did it. And I was like, no, he did it. God gave us that win that night. We were faithful, and he gave us that win. And, and that just really stuck out to me. And that's pretty much like how we went out through the whole season. We have to realize that Baylor wasn't our Jericho. Like this season, the battles that we were fighting within, that was our Jericho. And this team came together. We stayed faithful, and we kept marching. Despite injuries, despite the entire worn out, we're going to class, we might be a little bit tired, our minds aren't working as well, but we stayed faithful, we kept fighting, and we kept marching, and those walls fell. And on April 5th, he gave us his national championship right here. And and I think everybody's like, oh, like, how did it feel? Like, what was it like? And if people are just asking, like, what was the difference this year? And, people expect you to say, like, oh, we did, more suicides, we were in better shape, we had harder 6 a.m.s, we shot the ball more, whatever. That's what they expect. But every time somebody asks me, what was different about this year? And I tell them, God was. God was the center of our team. And being faithful to him is why we have this national championship. I don't care how many suicides we ran, how many shots we made, it was God the entire time. And, and I just want to tell y'all today, like, times might get hard, like, you might have your Jerichos, like, whatever it is in your life that is your Jericho, keep fighting, keep marching, and God will make those walls fall in your life. Just keep being faithful and trust in him, and he will deliver you to his promised land. That's all I got for you guys.
Man, woo!
I can't do the jump thing.
We'll do the song.
Amy?
Go, David. Go, David.
Okay.
No, Addie's ready. You ready?
Woo!
How about that? We are going to move into our daily work. We're going to stretch. We're going to do some ball handling all in here. We are going to be using the other gym. So especially I told you we're not going to do the stations today. We've got a whole bunch of full court good stuff for you.